In this video, I'm going to show you how I processed this rice cooker bowl and this old Vans shoebox and turned it into this cinematic sort of sounding sample. The first thing I wanted to do is create that sub sound. What I used was the shoebox. What I did, I went through the takes and I picked this one. See, it sounds pretty boring on its own. The first thing to do would be to pitch it down, change that rate. So I went an octave down. Now it should sound like this. So it still doesn't sound like much. So the next thing would be add some reverb. So I'm using this one here by Native Instruments. It's called Rum. So a little bit of compression. So then some low air. So this one can like shift the low end around with the different parameters here. So I just use this preset. Already starting to sound like a cinematic boom. So next here is some EQ just to get where the sort of knock sound is, cut some of the mud areas and roll off some of the more knockier highs. And this plugin next is Infected Mushroom by Waves, sort of an EDM style plugin, and you can do a lot of stuff here. But I just used it for some of the body, dialed in the dynamic punch because I wanted some more punch from it, giving it a little bit more knock and impact. Then a new plugin that I've been playing with, it's a harmonic exciter. So basically it's different from an EQ. It's actually adding new content that didn't exist. Sort of giving it some overdrive and some saturation. Decapitator. This is a preset here, Drum Fattener 3. Parallel particles. We've got the sub dialed up here, this thick dialed up, and the air and the bite. Starting to sound a lot more explosive, but I want to have more of the sub. That's why lastly, we've got some more EQ and I've just shaped it here, just rolled off the lows and boosting some of the fundamental where I want that hit to come through. So now I'm going for some texture, and that's why the rice cooker bowl with the spoon gives like a snare drum almost, like transient. So here it is here. It's the same thing. I pitched it down with this plugin here by Waves, the sound shifter, so 12 semitones. So then I'm using a Waves transient designer. So I'm using Smack Attack. And you can see here, I've took away all the attack because I don't want that. So that sounds really strange, but then I put reverb. Then I use some volume automation on the track itself to give that sort of like cinematic whoosh effect. Printed it down and I gave it a little bit of like a ramp with the volume. So it's just before the sub drop impact. And then I brought back the pot sound just on its own. And I'm just using the reverb just with this at 29%, just on the default. And I've also pitched it down on the track 24 semitones. And then below that, same thing, a duplicate, but this time I've got some more effects. The same reverb, but dialed up way more at 100%. And we've got to put Decapitator on there to give it some grit. Now this is a weird move, but on Pro Q3 you can brick wall the sound. So some tone shaping here just to give it some more brightness. Some more pitch shifting. And just some dynamic EQ. Then I put all those printed samples into a master bus for it to print down. I put a multiband compressor. Then some more DF Excite just to give it some more harmonic content. IDX to control the dynamics. And some more master sweetening here. Then OTT, then L1. And then that printed down creates this file, which I dragged into this breakdown part. Thank you for watching. If you're a Patreon subscriber, I'll drop this impact in my Patreon. You can grab it there if you want that.